do.
Yeah. So I think so far the Tuesday is working out then.
It is. No gym on
Right.
Tuesdays,
Right.
fucking
It's
no
like
rush, just
right.
here.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's
I've had,
like right now.
I've had my moment of peace. I had tea in my garden this morning.
Oh, very nice, very
Yeah, okay,
nice.
no, let me rephrase it. I had tea in my dirt this morning.
Oh, well, but
Um,
it's going to turn into a garden.
it will be a garden. I am so
Right.
into this whole finding my peace thing, and if
Uh,
I can't find it, I'll build it.
right. Yeah, yeah.
So
Because
if you build it, it will come, right?
right. Yeah, that is. Yeah, sure.
That's how it's gonna work. That's how
Right.
it's gonna work.
Exactly. Exactly. So now it's just getting everybody used to the new schedule. If you
Right.
know,
Can.
yeah.
If
Well,
you know what?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like, in the end, it's like if it turns into like we're just continuing talking to ourselves into the ether, that's fine too. I'm
Yeah,
okay with that.
I'm okay with that. Like,
Right.
I'm talking to you. That's what matters.
Right.
Like, I
Ah,
mean,
so good.
that's not true. I do enjoy some of our guests. I
Oh, that's
do,
true.
and
Right.
I enjoy our chat, and it's like
Right.
I do.
Right.
But yeah, I mostly am here to simp for you.
There you go.
What up?
So
Oh
good morning,
wait. Nope,
everybody.
nope, nope. Hey
Do you
girl.
want the ether
Oh
is what's
yeah.
there. So good morning, everybody. On this Tuesday morning, of course, we are trying out a new schedule that works better for us. So now we're going to be streaming on Tuesdays instead of Mondays because I don't know why everything happens on Monday.
It does. Everybody needs a meeting on Monday.
Right.
Emails are overloaded on
Uh-huh.
Mondays. I have
Yeah.
gym on Mondays. Yeah.
There we go. Yes.
It's
So it is Tuesday,
It is
August
good morning,
4th.
everyone. It is Tuesday, August 4th, 2026, and
Right.
this
Yeah.
is Rachel Love Vlogs.
Right. I think
Those are
neither of us are.
mine.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you're sewing.
I am
Wait.
sewing, and I'm
Yeah.
terrible at it right now.
Right. Well,
You ready to do this shit?
absolutely not. But hit it.
Valar Morgulis. Yes, all men must die. But we are not men.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yes, as you can see, we are now streaming on Tuesdays. From now on, we decided to like I said, it's like everything seems to happen on Mondays. So after the past couple of weeks of not being able to stream correctly, but you know what?
Right.
It might be easier if we just change days.
Right?
So
It
that's
certainly
what
is
we're
for
doing.
me.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing, and I hope everybody can can join us and learn the new schedule and all that fun stuff. Oh my goodness! So yes. Oh, and yes. I guess everyone is still waking up. So I think it's only Lorraine in the chat.
But there's people's here. Y'all say good
Yes.
mornings.
Right. And yes, and I see you, our beautiful eyeball people watching from regions beyond. If you are joining us from Facebook, please come on over to YouTube. Keep Lorraine company. In the chat.
He's sexy.
It's Tuesday. Right. And while you're here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. So you can watch Nita knitting grass. Instead of touching grass, she knits grass. So hello, everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist, self-publishing fantasy comics since 1992, and I'll let you do the math. I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales and the medieval fantasy drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which you can read on Webtoons with new episodes updating today, August 4th. So you can check that out. The link is in the chat and in the show notes. And I forgot to put a card up for this, but for those of you who've been keeping track of the Eagle Raven Kickstarter, the pre-launch page for issue 13 is now live. It's in the chat and in the show notes. So we're already on issue 13, even though I'm still finishing the issue, but hopefully this is just the pre-launch page. So it will be launching hopefully in September if all goes planned. Oh yes, and if you see the QR code on the screen, join the mailing list so that you can also get notified when any of my new projects become available and go live, and get a free comic book bundle while you're at it. So the comic book bundle contains Eagle Raven, Tall Tales, and the Oswald Chronicles for you to try out just for joining. And joined by Nature Mom herself.
That word. My name is Nita, and I'm here for shits and giggles.
Oh, right. Yeah.
No, I'm here.
Right. Yeah. So you see. Yeah. Thank you. I don't pay her for this.
You don't have to, baby. Right. we can work this out in other ways.
Sure. Because you definitely got the grass there. And I do have a car now. Oh my goodness. So tell the peoples what you're doing, because this is probably the first time in a while where you haven't been like all discombobulated on screen. And here you are just sewing, being very pastoral.
I'm medicated. Finally
right.
medicated to where I can function.
Right. Okay.
To where I'm back doing some of the shit I used to love to do.
Right.
Like right now, I'm cheap for one, and I'm busy doing like some changes with the interior decorating of the house. And I saw this really cutesy cottage core kind of garland, and I really wanted one. And I kept looking at all the different websites and stuff, and like the cheapest one was $35. And I'm like, man, that shit looks like aquarium plants tied on twine.
Right.
And so like that's what I'm fucking doing. I just started, so it looks like a hot mess right now.
Right.
But I'm gonna make it myself, and I bought a shit ton of aquarium plants for dirt cheap off of fucking Temu. Paid 50 cents for these bitches. Took them forever to get here, but they're here now. And then I get some little leaves into my twine, and
they're not natural.
Damn garland.
They're not natural, are they?
No, these are plastic.
Oh, okay. All right. You just okay. Because you know what it is? I'm so used to
hanging. This is actually going to be permanent decor.
Oh, okay.
No, my dried plants and stuff are outside hanging.
Oh, so you've done that too. Okay, because I'm so used to Lorraine putting real plants in her aquarium that the idea of people putting plastic plants in their aquarium
I know, right? Like I love live planted
that.
aquariums myself.
Right.
When I do aquascaping, I use live plants, but this is going to be a glorified dust collector.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just something that I keep seeing, and I'm like, man, that would look really cool at the entrance of our hallway. And so, like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking make one my damn self because I don't feel like spending a buku bunches of monies.
Right? Yeah, of course.
Or I don't have a buku's bunches of monies either. So there's that.
Well, it's like, yeah, I mean, but it's nice to see, hobbies again. People
I know,
hobbies,
right?
Proper hobbies, like a proper country.
Well, I've got a few project pieces. I used to do like reclaimed furniture, and like just sand it down and paint like modern styles on it or whatever. And that's what I'm like starting to come back to life. And so I've been picking up pieces and I'm like, yeah, the
wait. You need your
I'm borderline unalivable, and so like and not anymore. And so like I gave everything away because it's like that's what you do.
No. We don't need to give
all my paints and shit. And I'm like, man, I gotta build everything back up.
Right.
Good morning, Grant.
Good morning, Grant. Good morning. You know, but it's like it's nice to see like that your corner finally like coming together after you changed all your background. I had
to get out of the closet.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Was depressing too.
Yeah, so it's nice to see everything beginning to come together, you know, and just having the grass there is kind of like very aesthetic. So it's like I don't know, it matches the alien there. What was his name again?
Oh, I changed his name so often I forget, but it's always something Steve.
Oh, okay. Right, something Steve. Hey, Steve.
Something Steve. Gotta find him. There's Flamingo Steve, there's Frog Steve, and there's Duck Steve, and I cannot remember the alien's name right now. Oh, that's Classy Boy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's got a bow tie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got Toaster's old bow tie because
there you
graduated to refusing collars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like I remember trying to put a collar on a Captain. Which is my sister's cat, that he was not having it. Like I could barely get it on before he like freaked out like I was trying to murder him. It's like, okay, I guess we're not wearing collars.
No, sir. It is artificial. It's I'm working on making some garland.
Right.
For some decor for my home.
Yeah, to add that, you know, just to add a little je ne sais quoi to this space. You know, whatever. Me, I'm just working. You know, it's like literally right in front of me on my other screen. I'm putting together a video to advertise Eagle Raven on Webtoon, which, like I said, new episodes start today at noon. So if you want to binge read issues 1 through 8, they're up now. And then with the new episode starting, issue 9 is going to be updating today at noon on Webtoon. So, like we spoke about on the last episode, I've been trying to like do something a little different in terms of the types of uploads that I've been doing, like trying to get like attention to the series and, you know, like hopefully building up to something that leads to the Kickstarter or leads to the website. So it was suggested that I just kind of like bring back my Webtoon and focus on getting people to the Webtoon and to know the story from there, because it's just, you know, because it's like after doing like hella research, Jesus Christ, it finally occurred to me like the people that I want to attract to my stories, it's like they hang out mostly on Webtoon and Instagram. They also hang out on TikTok, but I am absolutely not going to do that. Like, you know, there just comes like a point where it's like I have to draw the line somewhere, and TikTok is it.
The TikToks, let the kids have it.
Yeah, you know, but you know what I've been doing though is like I've been trying to incorporate like more video into my uploads, my updates. So you know, so on Sunday I started uploading kind of like, instead of like predominantly like they're still technically ads, but they're more like story based, you know, posts. As opposed to, oh, now available, you know, it's like buy now. It's more like, let me tell you about my character first, you know, which was inspired by what I saw you doing with Nightwolf. So so I started putting together a new plan kind of based on that it's like If I want people to read my story, I have to tell people what the story is.
Right.
God forbid, right? So, and like I said, I've been kind of like building up a library of like these little videos, lore videos, webtoon videos. Like I said, I'm working on a video right now, which I want to use as, kind of like to get people to go to webtoon.
Right.
It's just, it's a slow, it's a tedious process. I mean, it's like, I'm not going to say that it isn't, but the funny thing is that I'm finding myself kind of enjoying it more because how deliberate it is. Like I said, it's not just about buy my stuff. It's not just about that. It's about let me tell you about my story. Let me tell you about my characters. Let me tell you why this might interest you, or why it should interest you, And I've kind of found myself like actually looking forward to making these videos and putting together these posts, as opposed to before where it felt a lot more like a chore. Now it just feels like
that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because you're having fun with it, and it's your story, and you love it, and it is your passion project.
Yeah, it is. It's passion project. Yeah, it really is.
No, for sure.
But
I hate that term though.
Yeah, I know, because it's such a meaningless phrase, because it's like so many people have used it like really for marketing, because in the end, that's what it is. It's kind of like turned into a marketing phrase.
It really has, just like the strong female character,
right? And and just because just because like it's a market, like it's true, but when you start having to use it for marketing, it starts sounding fake. And that's kind of the thing I'm trying to get around, is like how to make my posts sound genuine, right? And and
just
not
be genuine.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm realizing.
It's that simple,
right? That I've spent all these years like trying to like read the tea leaves on marketing. Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. And then it's like, just to also recently like crash headfirst into the whole thing that like marketing at our level is kind of bullshit if you don't have the money to get the access. And like I was reading a couple of articles about like, but this was more like in traditional publishing, where this woman spent $40,000 on marketing, and she says that she could only account for $3 of those dollars.
Jesus.
Yeah, like everything else, like she spent like hella money on like marketing and PR firms to get goose egg out of it.
Because you're what was she selling?
Well, she was selling a self-help book. And you would think that type of book would be like the easiest thing to sell, but also not really, because that genre is so oversaturated.
So
right. And like, and she says that, like after a year of doing this, right, that what she realized that that the things that really helped her sell books was like getting on a particular TV show, right? And even then, she may have sold like a couple, like maybe like 100 copies of her book. So like even when she did see a little success, it's nothing crazy, it's like it's just something that everybody is going through, where it's like you do all this work, but like the end result is not really meaningful. So that's so that only reinforced my whole thing about like especially marketing on our level. Like if a woman's spending 40 grand on PR and and social media marketing, didn't get like just got her 100 copies. I was like, I could run a Kickstarter and sell 100 copies.
Right?
Like I don't have to do that, which also goes to show you there's a lot more connected to this. Like money gives you access and but at the same time, it's not a problem that you can just throw money at, because even on a smaller scale, I've read like some indie publishers they'll pay a social media manager, or a social media company, like, oh, here's $3,000 to help promote my Kickstarter, and their Kickstarter doesn't do any different than if they didn't spend that money, but now they're in the hole.
You're hiring these marketing companies. The marketing companies need to. The indie comics market is it's vast and niche at the same fucking time.
Right, yeah.
You have to already be in with those people to be seen. You can't
that's
market to something you're not a part of, that's not extreme.
That's the thing, right? That it's like you have to be kind of famous already for marketing to work.
Right.
Which is like, doesn't make any sense, but at the same time, it's like so at least I kind of, but like I said the last time, it's like, it's when I don't do anything, it feels wrong too. Like it feels like I should be doing something, but marketing the way we know it is not, it's not working. So, but the thing is though, is that I would rather get the same results on uploads that I enjoyed making, because it's about my story and talking about my characters and the lore, than to just kind of grind out buy my book now type of ads, and it still does nothing, but I hate doing those, right? And and also the thing is too, right? Because it's like, in all ways, it's like, it's always good to watch other people as well,
right?
Because sometimes other people, like, they literally serve as a warning to others, like that's their sole purpose. So it's like, so not only am I trying to watch what people like do that works, it's also important to watch people for what doesn't work. And boy, are there a lot of things that don't work, But there was this thing that I remember reading about the whole concept of enshittification. And I don't remember if it was, well, I know that Cory Doctorow, he came up with the term, but there was a commentary that I don't remember where it came from, where someone had said that companies view consumers as a blockade to the money that they want. Like, companies have gotten to a point where they resent the fact that they have to appeal to a customer to get to their access to their money. That's why now you're seeing a lot of like companies are doing everything they can to kind of like not have to cater to you. Like, it's like, well, this is like, they just put everything behind a paywall, or it's like, well, it's like, our product
automated with customer service,
right? That it's like, we still need to give you this to make this product to get your money, but now we're not going to give a shit that it's a bad product, but we're going to do it in a way where we force you to pay for it anyway, and so it's kind of like, they're minimizing, the person that they're trying to sell you, they're not really trying to sell to you, they're just trying to get to your money, and if they can do it without really selling you anything, they will do that. And I'm kind of wondering if there's like a smaller version of that in our circle in indie comics, where the fans that everyone's trying to attract are just in the way of the money that they really want.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because sometimes it like,
I ain't gonna go naming names, but
but there's some creators that when they talk, that's exactly what it sounds like. That they're just going to do just enough to get that money.
Right.
And
nothing more.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, and the fact that they're doing, like a comic or something, that's kind of irrelevant. They're just doing just enough to just get your money. Right. And it's just like, I really, well, that's not the type of attitude I personally want to cultivate, right. Because like I said before,
actually want people to read your book.
Right. I want people to actually read and enjoy my work. Right. When there was that survey that that was done of over was it 40 over 40 or over, no, I think it was like 75 authors that specialize in monster romance books. And they had said that it's like that they kind of like everyone pretty much agreed that the idea of making writing books a full-time job was just like it wasn't going to happen. It's like it's just like way too much going on in the industry as a whole for them to ever think that they can sell enough books to make this a full-time gig. Right? Like most of them, they had spouses that worked or they had side jobs, the whole thing, right? Like they didn't have an illusion that this was, we're going to be the
next Image Comics.
Right. There was no illusion. Which at the same time freed them to write the books that they wanted.
Right.
Because it's like if they've already accepted the fact that, okay, I'm going to sell X amount of books no matter what I put out. And
so I'm going to write what I want to fucking write.
Right. Because it's like, this is just what it is, and mind you, we're talking about people like, it's like, look, for every Ruby Dixon who wrote Ice Planet Barbarians, right, where she has like she got her series picked up by Berkeley, which I think is a subdivision of Penguin. There's hundreds of other people who are not going to see that opportunity.
Right.
So it's like, so in the end, it's like, okay, so if they're accepting that, okay, that's a 1 in a million thing, most likely I'm not going to see that. So I'm just going to write whatever unhinged shit I want.
Right.
And holy shit, is there some unhinged shit out there. Have you seen the trailer for Wicker? Right. So Wicker is a movie that's starring Peter Dinklage. And he and it's based on a short story, a really, really short story. People say that you can just download the story as like a free PDF or something. I don't know where they got this story from. And it's about a fisherwoman. She lives in this village, and she's so fed up with being kind of like the unmarried outcast. And mind you, this is an older woman too. That she's so fed up with being the unmarried outcast that she goes to the Peter Dinklage character and tells him, like, I guess he's a weaver or something, but he's also kind of like an alchemist or something. I wasn't really sure. And she just says, build me a husband. And he goes, bet, meet me at the church in 2 weeks. The trailer is hysterical. And so he builds her a husband out of Wicker. And not only does this Wicker Man is alive and she marries the Wicker Man, right? But the side effect is that the Wicker Man is so devoted to her. Not only that, the sex is mind-blowing to the point where their happiness as a couple is a threat to the rest of the village, or at least especially to the men of the rest of the village. You know, because for the first time she's really happy. You know, the wicker man is completely devoted to her and takes care of her, and she takes care of him. And like, in all the other wives in the village are looking at their husbands going, what the fuck?
So I have a wicker man, except he's made out of silicone.
So, you know, and it's like, so I'm like going, oh my God, you know, it's like, is this going to start something? You know, it's like, you know, so it's like, so I think I don't know. I'm really questioning whether I can convince Jose to see this movie with me just on the fact that Peter Dinklage is in it. Like, I'm going, look, Peter Dinklage is in it.
Oh my gosh.
You know? So, but that's besides the point, though. That's besides the point. You know, because I really do think that this movie gets right what I thought that Shape of Water got completely wrong about the whole monster erotica genre. You know, I mean, it's like, look, love Guillermo del Toro, but there's just something. There's just a way that he misinterprets these things that's really annoying. You know, and it's like, you know, and it's just like, you know, so I'm really glad that this movie, I'm really like, you know, glad that this movie exists to kind of like, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. So, yeah, so back the whole thing about the authors. So, like I said, it's like, so because they've pretty much given up on the idea that they're going to be that 1 in a million, right? They just allowed that energy to go into books that they want to write, that they're just having fun with. They, you know, and it's like, you know, that's, you know, this is what, you know, they're doing. And so that being said, the thing that they hoped to kind of like garner the most, if they're not going to, if fame and fortune is out of the question, what's the thing that they're kind of hoping to cultivate, right?
Right.
And what they all pretty much said is that they want to cultivate a fandom.
Huh, there you go.
What they want is that they want a little fandom who that reads all their books, that enjoys
their exclusive club.
Right, exactly.
And
it's
that
like
sounds awesome.
You know, yeah, that's what they want. They want a little exclusive club where everyone is just enjoying the work that they're doing. They're having fun. They're writing their own fanfics. They're doing fan art, and just kind of like, just kind of doing that.
Right.
You know, and it's like, you know, that's kind of, you know, and that kind of sounds neat. You know, it's like kind of like your whole, like, it's like, you know what, if I could get my 1,000 true fans and then it's just us hanging out, you know, type of thing. You know, like I said, there's no delusions of grandeur getting in the way. Right? Because that's the thing that I feel like I keep seeing with people promoting their book, their stuff, you know, like, you know, their indie comics, is that they're so wrapped up in the idea of wanting to be the next big thing that it puts them kind of all over the place as to what they should be actually making, you know, what they should be actually concentrating on. Like, they just want to be able to just, they're just throwing all this shit on the walls, and then like, okay, one of these, right, and all they're doing, right, is like, okay, I'm going to do a superhero comic. I'm going to do a, you know, I don't know, a TNA comic. I'm going to do a, you know, let's do like kind of like a fantasy comic. Let's do, you know, or whatever. It's like, and they end up like doing all these different things, trying to find the one that hits, that they don't spend time actually showing the audience what they actually enjoy.
Right.
Like, they're so busy chasing trends that they have a hard time building fans because nobody knows what they actually like, what they're actually enjoying. You know what I mean? Does that make like sense?
No, it does make sense.
You know,
and trends are dangerous because by the time you realize it's trending, you're too late.
Right. You know,
like,
that, yeah.
I never understood that. Like, I don't know.
And then what's funny is that everyone goes looking at the guy or whoever who did the trend first. And it just turns out it's not that they did the trend first. They were there when the hard work finally caught up with them.
Right.
You know, and because they were enjoying the book that they were doing to begin with, then when it finally hit, it hit big for them.
Right.
You know, it's like Beanie Babies, right? Like, yeah, it was a trend, but the people who really benefited from the trend, who were the people who were collecting those shits when everybody thought that they were just stupid little ugly dolls that you could get from McDonald's. You know, the same familiar story, right? You know, it's like, I still have these because, well, it's the new schedule, Rob. Yeah, it's the new schedule. So we're not going to be streaming on Mondays anymore. We're going to be streaming on Tuesdays because it's just like more convenient for us.
Right.
But it's like, but it's the same thing. The people who really made bank on Labubus were the people who were collecting them like 5 years ago.
Right.
When they were just weird little dolls coming out of Asia. You know? And the thing is, though, I still have mine because, and honestly, there's a couple that I'm looking at to like eventually pick up if I come across them, because I actually like these things.
They're cute.
You know, I like these things. So the fact that they're not trending anymore is completely irrelevant to me, because that's not why I was picking them up to begin with. You know, and that's the thing with certain comics when they
become, works for Rob too.
Right. Yeah. Better. Yeah. There you go. You see, everybody has meetings on Mondays. You know? You know, so yeah, so then I was like thinking about this whole fandom thing, and it's like, you know, and it's like, yeah, it's like, I want that kind of like, that's what I kind of really would like to have, and that I'm slowly building up. Is, right. You know, because me and Jose were talking about this, and it was kind of weird coming to the realization that, you know, so why do I do the book that I do? Why do I do the work that I do? And the fun, you know, and I know that I've gotten people's panties in a twist when I would say I really have no larger ambition for this. You know, I'm not thinking about the Netflix deal or the movie deals or whatnot, or who's going to be, if I could choose, you know, a voice actor, you know, to who would play your, it's like, I don't think about these things, you know, you know, and, you know, so it's like, and it kind of confuses people when I tell them, it's like, I don't think about these things. If someone offered you $10 million, what if someone offered you $10 million for Eagle Raven? And I go, well, what if the moon was made out of pudding? It's like, what stupid question is that? I hate those questions because that they're not even, they're so
this does not apply to me, motherfucker.
Right.
I don't want to,
you know, it's like, are you saying you would give up $10 million? It's like, look, if Elon Musk came to you and said that he'll give you $10 million to suck his dick, would you do it?
Well, $10 million is $10 million, Daphne.
You know, I mean, granted, a lot of people are showing. Then again, a lot of people are showing they do that shit for free. But again, that's besides the point. No, but it's like, but for some reason, they don't treat that question as stupid as the other question is. You know, like it's completely irrelevant. It's like, I don't think about it. It's like, it's like, you know what? It's like, I have no use of wasting brain power on imaginary scenarios. I really don't. But take into account taxes. Don't forget. when you suck Elon's dick and you get that $10 million, about 40%
Look, man,
of that goes
I'm
to
gonna pay my taxes and I'm gonna disappear. Y'all will never hear from me again. Y'all can put it on Pornhub, whatever, post it on Facebook, put it on all the YouTube's channels.
Right.
I don't fucking care because I will ride off into the goddamn sunset with my cats and I would just disappear, never to be heard from again.
Right.
That's how you know I won the lottery or sucked Elon's
dick. That's true. So I don't have, so I don't have any ambition for my work like that. Oh, JD asked me about who would play one of my characters, and I had to Google current young actor because I had no idea. Yeah, it's like I don't think about that. It's kind of like if someone were asking me that, it's like, oh, who would you have to play Eagle Raven? It's like, I don't know, Taylor Swift. I don't know. I don't think about this. I don't think about this.
I'm taking over. Like, this is my show now. Jesus.
Hey,
Taylor Swift, bro.
I don't know. But that shows you how much I don't.
And
think
I'm not
about
anti.
this.
Like, look, okay, Taylor Swift is beautiful and charitable and all this other bullshit. But like, come on, man.
Right.
Ego Raven's hotter than that.
But that's the thing. I don't think about.
Well, now we fucking have to because I can't accept this.
Right.
Like,
so
work for me.
Right. So
I want to see the movie now.
So so again, so it's like, so then what am I aspiring to then? It's like, then why am I building? Because then Jose goes like, well, why are you doing all this advertising and marketing if you don't have a larger target to aim for? Right. And I go, well, that is a good point. That is a good point. And just for that, I would say Taylor Swift. Just for that, just to piss everybody off. Because you know what? I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be mad.
Nobody's watching the shit now. Ego Raven went to suck. Oh my gosh.
So the thing, right? So it's like, so what am I doing all this marketing for if I don't have any bigger ambitions to just to clean the timeline?
My little friend,
right?
This is Andy. Look at that tail. She's
right.
All right, go.
Sorry. There you go. Cleanse the timeline. So. And I'm like going, it's like, why am I, like really uptight about like marketing and stuff if I don't have like a larger idea as to what I want from this? And then it's like a kind of like, like coming together with the whole like, it's like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I want, maybe like a little fandom, it's like, I want people who actually read the story and can actually engage with the story, you know? So that's why, I started like changing up what, I'm doing.
No, ma'am.
But at the same time, I'm like going, but wait a minute, but who are the fans anyway? like, and that's why I came up with, that's what I was like asking. It's like we think so much about us in terms of being, I'm the creator, I did this, it's like, as a, but it's like, well, it's like, but who are the fans? Like, how does my story relate to the people that I want to be fans of the work? It's like, I remember on a previous show, I talked about turning the story around, right? Where it becomes a mirror of the fan as opposed to reflecting me. Right. It's the story I want people to pay attention to. In the end, that's why Webtoon, I guess I really misinterpreted what Webtoon was supposed to do. For what I was, for me, it's like, because, but now I think I have a clearer idea. So it's like, so Eager Raven issues 1 through 8 is already on Webtoon. In about 15 minutes, the chapter starting issue 9 is going to go live. And the idea is that if anybody asks me about Eagle Raven, I can say, oh, this is my comic on Webtoon. This is my webcomic. Because you'd be surprised at how many more people know what a Webtoon is
than a Kickstarter.
Definitely, a Kickstarter.
Right.
But it's like, it's like I'm pretty sure that if I tell people you can read Eagle Raven on Webtoon, there is going to be less friction at the idea because they know what Webtoon is. They're familiar with Webtoon. They know, they already read comics on Webtoon. And it turns out that the people that I'm trying to attract, they're on Webtoon. They're on Instagram. So that's why I'm like kind of like trying to focus like my effort on those two platforms, but also I'm going to be posting I'm still posting to Facebook and to YouTube and like I said, I'm doing these videos that kind of like, and posts, that allow me to cross-pollinate the other platforms, so that's kind of like my whole thing now, where it's like, you know what? Yeah, it's like when I tell people I'm on Webtoon, they understand that. It's kind of like you tell people, it's like, oh, can I buy your book on Amazon? Right? My books are not on Amazon. That's a completely different thing I don't want to deal with right now. Right. But yeah, like more people would, would more people buy books on Amazon than they do on Kickstarter? I don't know. That's not my goal right now. What I want to do is I want to kind of like use Webtoon as the entry point that eventually leads them to Kickstarter.
Right.
Now, whether that works or not, I have no idea. But like I said, it's like, it's better
for science.
It's for science. Yeah. In the end, it's for science. Oh, I forgot also for science. Right. So like I said, we got, ever since Mom moved back, so we have her car now, and now it's like completely like officially registered in New York and everything. Right. So now I can officially like drive it everywhere. And me and Jose were talking about like maybe like going back to conventions again. Because now that we can actually drive it, because trust me, you do not want to carry boxes of comic books through the subway. You do not want to do that. And Ubers are expensive. So now that we have the car. So now it's like I've been kind of like thinking again about what it would look like for us to go back to conventions. Right. And one of the experiments that I would love to do if I could ever get into an anime show again, because they're getting more and more complicated to get in. Right. Jose just told me some crazy ass story about New York Comic Con, where that they're actually phasing out small press areas. Like as independent as an artist, you cannot get into Artist Alley at all unless you're and it's like, we found out from an artist friend of ours who did work for Marvel, DC, and he did work on the X-Men and the whole thing, right? And he says unless you have like a booking manager, you cannot get into the Artist Alley at New York Comic Con. So the days of just being able to just get as a newbie a table in Artist Alley.
Oh shit! Then they've been going.
That's over. Really... Yeah, it's over. It's done. No,
ma'am.
And then when it comes to small press, like a lot of conventions now, they want you to submit a portfolio for your booth. This is especially a thing in anime conventions, but I think a lot of other conventions are beginning to do that too, because I heard that some furry conventions are doing that. That when you apply, you have to show them what your booth looks like.
Oh my fucking god.
And then it's like there was one convention where they give a free table to the person with the best booth.
Really?
So it's kind of like get everybody in competition to like build out these freaking castles on 6-foot tables. It's kind of like ridiculous, right?
Right.
So I haven't gotten that far yet, but one of the things that I've wanted to experiment with is kind of test the theory that that a smaller formatted book is more accessible to the fans that I want to attract than a trade paperback, right? So so we have our standard trade paperback, right? And then, right, what I was experimenting with was doing a digest size version. So here's a smaller version of it. It's not exactly manga size. It's technically digest size. It's 5.5 by 8.5. But it's close enough. It's the Temu dump out. That's a whole different conversation too, about conventions nowadays, from what I've been hearing. So so it's like, it's not exactly manga size, but I think that it's close enough that people who do collect manga, which I do feel is more of the audience that would enjoy Eager Raven, that having it in a smaller book that matches what's on their shelves already, or is close enough, would again kind of like reduce the friction, and also the thing is too, by also the other benefit to doing a smaller book too is that your cost is less as well. Really? Like, it's less expensive for me to print this than it is to print this. And because of that, I can offer this at a lower price point. I mean, granted, it's still not the price point of a manga, but that's because I'm not printing in the millions, This is still POD. So then I decided to take it a step further, because I had recently gotten some more Omegaverse manga from Japan. And I noticed that they have these little, I think they're called obi bands for the book. It's like, you've seen these, right? Like, you see the mangas that have these, right? And then I was looking at this. I just can't flip it. That's the thing. I can't show you the back, because of the manga that it came from.
Well, I mean, you said Omegaverse, so
people. Yeah, exactly. And so I go, oh, you know what? It's like, I kind of wonder, let me take this a step further, right? So what if I did, so I do the small version, right?
Right.
And then, right, let me put this on here. But what if I tried to imitate it even further and make a little obi band?
Oh, those are cute.
So I just I tested this out on my own printer.
It's aesthetically pleasing, and it also looks like it would kind of protect the books a little bit in transit.
And it's like, and I have my QR code here, right on this. I fixed it up a little bit more. And then on the back, it's just, just a little, just kind of like, I don't know. It's just kind of like, I haven't committed to the idea yet, because I would have to get these printed, but I haven't committed to the design yet. I committed to the idea, but and it's like, so when it's sitting on the table, right? When it's sitting on a table, it kind of looks like that,
Yes.
So kind of like, it's kind of like creating the correct bait, having the right bait when you go fishing, it's like, so I don't know. It's like, I think that's a pretty interesting thing to do. But the trick is that, will we be able to get into conventions where this matters?
Right.
Because we were talking about like doing smaller, more local conventions that hopefully they didn't like completely lose their minds trying to imitate the larger conventions. And then like, and see if maybe, although it's like, I was looking at Anthrocon, right? Because Anthrocon,
Right.
the only problem, there's two problems with Anthrocon. It's an 8-hour drive. It's around a 6 to 8 hour drive because it's in Pittsburgh. No, it's in it's Pennsylvania. It's in Pennsylvania. So it's like it's
up there by Rob.
Yeah. And it's on 4th of July weekend.
Ew.
They always have it on 4th of July weekend, which makes the hotels crazy ass expensive up there. Like just doing an initial search for hotels, like we're talking about the hotels that I was initially looking at were like $400, $500 a night for that weekend.
Nope.
Because next year
that's
the
why
4th
you
of
have a
July,
car, because now you sleep in it.
Oh no, yeah, no, I mean, really. Yeah, I know. Because that's the type of shit that we would have considered 30 years ago.
I know, right? Those were the days, man.
But yeah, so that's so I'm definitely like, I don't know about that. But the 4th is why I never try to do it, because right, exactly, at Pittsburgh. Oh, it's in Pittsburgh. I forgot the name of the place. It has like this Prussia, King of Prussia. That's where it is. And that's the thing. It's like kind of thinking it from the fans' point of view, right? As opposed to what's convenient for me. It's like, well, how do the fans think? When you go fishing, right? Kind of a shitty analogy. It's not a shitty analogy. It's an unfortunate analogy.
Right.
Where it's like, you don't it's like you don't go to the top of the Empire State Building and then bitch that there's no trout there. It's like, I mean, it's like you have to go to where the fish are, right? And then not only that, you have to go specifically to where the specific fish you're trying to catch is at.
And then you gotta find what the fuck that motherfucker wants to eat.
Right. So it's like the entire time you have to think about them. What, it's like you're thinking about the fish, what fish you want, their environment, how they eat, how they function, what are their patterns, are they even in this area at this time of year? Your entire focus is on it's like where and why and how with these fish. But when I listen to a lot of indie creators, they're more like, oh no, that happened to us. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. For some reason I thought it was, no, I hated that. I think that was like the last time we went to Anthrocon, because we got stuck on the bridge on the way back. Oh, it's not King of Prussia anymore? Oh, that's farther east. Okay. All right. Yeah, I would have to look up, because I know they're in the convention center. So I don't know. It's too far. Right. And 4th of July weekend. Yeah, I remember that when we were stuck on that bridge. It was awful because it was like 2 hours. It was sweltering, because you're not going to keep your car idling for 2 hours. It was just, sucks. So the entire, so it's like, but instead I see a lot of, creators, they go, how do I bring them to me? It's about me. No, they come to me, and I go, that might be
that
part
mentality
of the
right there might be your fucking problem.
Yeah, that might be part of the problem of why you're having a hard time finding people. Because you're so busy thinking about yourself instead of thinking about the fans you're trying to attract. So it's like, that was also a very important flip that I had to do to help me rethink how I'm, I put together the stuff that I'm posting. How do I this is the part 2. How do I talk to the people that I'm trying to attract? Like Nita, I was like, I'm pretty sure that when you go to a convention and you're walking Artist Alley or even if you're just shopping in general, right?
Yep.
There's obviously a particular way that people talk to you that is repulsive immediately, right?
Oh yeah. Don't holler at me to come over to your table ever. Do not carnival bark me. I'm done. I'm done. Like I used to suck it up and walk over. Now I'll flip you off. Like, fuck you, bro. No, I'm good. Unless we're friends, then wave me over because I'm oblivious.
Right. And then you'll give us the finger anyway, and then you'll come over.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You know, it's like, right. Yeah, because it's like, I know that when we used to regularly go to conventions, I got to a point where I stopped going through the Artist Alley because I couldn't handle the pressure. I was about to say catcalling, but you know what? Sometimes it's about the same thing.
I don't like that. It feels like it's just harassing. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you know, like the whole carnival barking thing. Yeah.
No,
you know,
you and your fucking book at that point.
Yeah, you know, that it's like I really cannot handle that. And I really hated doing that myself at conventions because I could see people getting upset when I go, "Hey, how you doing?" blah blah blah. Like but then it would be like, "No, you have to do that. You have to do that." Right? And it's like, you know, but then again, you know, it's
look,
like, oh, I was saying, oh, there you go. So there's always something in the way.
But for future reference, we're doing Tuesdays now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's cheaper or something. I don't know. There's
a
reason.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's because Mondays suck and Mondays are too busy.
Yeah, Mondays are too busy. Yeah.
It's cheap.
You know, but you know, yeah. So it's like, so I don't go into art.
Baby.
But let me say that again because it didn't start off like that at the beginning of the show. It didn't look like that.
No, it's gonna be. I'm gonna have to trim it and everything. But like this shit, like, oh yeah,
that looks good.
What? Like I'm not paying no $35 total. Fucking $5, and what? We've been live for an hour. Done.
Right. I mean, it's like, yeah, you really accomplished a lot. You know. Right.
And I even got extra. I'm gonna go through and make it fuller at the top.
Right. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's looking nice. So it's gonna be like what, like a little curtain? Like how's it gonna fall? Or are you gonna like
you're gonna just be it's gonna be just a little bit, and I'm gonna put a few sun catcher strands in between. That way when the living room light hits it or the sunlight from the bay window, it'll sparkle down the hall.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So, do you have to be careful with little sun catchers setting fire to shit or something?
I mean, maybe we'll find out.
Oh no!
In my backyard, probably.
Right. Well, yeah, you know, yeah, because
it's crazy, Daphne. Oh my god, the 100 fucking plus degrees days.
No. Yeah, no, it's not.
It's unreal out here.
Right. You know. Yeah, it's yeah. All aboard the Tuesday train. Yeah. So where was I? It's like, it's just like the reason why I don't go into artist alleys because I hate that. Right. And then there's this pressure to do it, even though I'm seeing people getting visibly upset by it, you know? And it's like, and again, it's like you don't go fishing and then banging a frying pan and then getting upset that every animal in the vicinity is avoiding you. I don't get it. Why am I not attracting things?
Why are the fishes not biting?
You know, right, you know? And I don't know. And I think that I don't, and that's the thing, because it's like, I find it so much easier to just focus on telling the story, you know, which is what people are saying. Fans are saying they want to see. What's your story? Don't sell to me. Just tell me your story. You know, and even then, don't bark at me. If I come up to you and I ask you, you know, for the story, that's when I want to be told. I don't want to be like, hey, how you doing? Like, nobody wants to be bothered with that, you know? It's like, it's like, look, nothing is more annoying than going to a store and then having a salesperson trying to pretend that they're trying to have a conversation with you when you know that they're just going to try. It's like, fuck off. It's like, I'm not interested, but why do we expect that to be different at a convention? Right? It's like, why do we expect that to be different? So yeah, so that's kind of like, okay, so like, how does thinking about the fan instead of us, how does that change how we approach these things? And so that's so yeah, but getting back into conventions is kind of like, I don't know, like on one hand, I get kind of caught up in that thing where it's like, yeah, maybe, but no, I don't want to, Oh, and then when you actually need help in the store, there's magically no one around. Yeah, that's a whole other issue too. Yeah. Like as a fan, right? Like, what are other things that are a complete turn off to you?
Flirting, or like the typical sales tactic, these fucking pseudo suave guys, they think they're all hot shit with their
right,
they're like gonna flirt, and it's the equivalent of schoolgirl twirling their hair, but it's grown ass men pilfering.
It's like, hey, I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
Yeah, no.
It's like, no, fuck off. You're trying to sell me something.
I don't want to talk.
Right.
Yeah, because I read.
Right.
And I want to see the hobbits.
Right.
I hate that shit.
Right. But but pretty much, if something does attract your attention, right? It's like if something does attract your attention, like, what would be the number one thing that you hope? Oh, fakeness and shady behavior. Yeah. Too much of that. Because also that's the thing too, because it's like, it's even worse when you do want the stuff on their table, when you do want to take a look at it.
Right.
And they're like on top of you.
I have been ready to buy something at first sight, walking over to get it, and have been jumped on like a fucking, and just started like feeling like I was, I don't know, feeling like I was cornered by the fucking fox or some shit. And
right.
Like, never mind, I'm good.
Right. Oh, here's something that I've always had kind of also an issue with, but again, it was like, oh no, you got to do that. You got to do that. You got to do that. Is you're walking past a table and they're giving stuff away. It's like, oh, try this, like little, like, oh, have a card, have a free comic, have a sampler, or something like that. Like, how many people are actually attracted to that? Like, honestly, like, the amount of times that it worked compared to when it didn't is like this. Like, you have a timeline and, of giving away stuff at a table. And then the moments where it actually worked, it's like all the way over here, like this tiny segment.
Yeah.
Like, if you're walking in an artist alley and people are giving stuff out, it's like, is that like, how do you feel about that? I think because you're at a Costco. This is a Costco, sir.
Okay, hold on. Wait, what? Repeat the question.
Like, okay, you're walking through an artist alley or something, right?
Right.
And you have like people handing out stuff.
Okay.
Like, is that like they go, oh, take a card. Here's
a free sticker. Here's a this. Here's a that type thing.
Right.
That doesn't bother me too bad, as long as you don't use that opportunity to jump me even more. Like, I'm likely to wander over just to see, and then peek. I can be lured with stickers.
Right. Oh, okay.
Stickers and money.
Right. Oh, well, I don't think. Yeah. The problem is like, I don't think people really give out stickers because they're expensive. But like, if someone was giving out like trading cards,
oh my god, I've gotten so many free stickers that can
really.
Yeah,
okay.
That's like the majority of my swag bag when I leave.
Right. Okay.
I collect all. But then again, they also have like a lot of the 50-cent dollar stickers too, and I hit those up.
Oh, okay.
No, right.
Oh.
Oh yeah, and have candy on your table.
Yeah, we could.
Because I'm a whole ass toddler.
No, because I've seen people do that too, where they have candy on the table. Like you might as well go trick or treating, you know. But it's like, but again, it's like they're using that to get you close enough to the table so that they can talk to you.
But don't talk to me, because if you lured me to get me close enough to your table, I'm gonna see your shit. I mean, you can say hello or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Don't come at me. The worst thing somebody can do is try to pressure sell me, because I'm gonna know within seconds of whether or not I'm gonna pick up your book, and then I'll know within a minute is whether or not I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, that's the thing that you see. Yeah, that's the thing that yeah, you don't have to. If I want your thing, you don't have to convince me. And I think that also that's kind of like another thing. Like it's one thing to want to like, oh, it's like, let me tell you more about the story. Let me tell you more about it. But there's another thing where it's like you're trying to convince me.
Huh?
Oh, at a convention.
A
convention.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
you may.
Right.
Yeah.
So when Nita passes your table, you can say she'll still flip.
I don't exist in real life. I'm just a social media apparition. Like if you see me at a convention, no, you didn't.
Right.
No, you didn't. And then usually, if I'm at a con, I'm either in the hallway near a stairwell or under someone's table.
Right. Yeah.
How I roll. I am not good with crowds. But yeah, you could definitely, Melissa, you could say hi to me. Rob could say hi to me. Lorraine say hi.
Yeah, sure.
Going under the table with me. You come hang out under the table.
Can't take you anywhere. Because I think that one time we thought about, like just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
One time we thought about what?
Going to a convention together.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what it was. Like, I think it's like for a little bit we were talking about MegaCon or something, or we were talking about
Baltimore we had talked about MegaCon back when Meredith.
Yeah, right.
Want to find out? I'm gonna show you. And you and look, nobody gets pregnant. Oh, wait, what?
Meanwhile, meanwhile everyone is just like snoring. Everyone's sleeping under the table. We need naps. It's actually napping. They're actually napping.
We had talked about doing MegaCon, and then we had really started making plans for Baltimore, but I think a health issue came up again on something.
I think it was something like that. Wasn't
right. Still, like,
because it's like we were even like kind of like, okay, how are we get like because I remember we were kind of like talking, how do we handle everybody's anxiety?
Yeah, because that was good.
Well, I mean, definitely Baltimore would be the easiest.
You can find me underneath whatever booth Rob has.
Yeah, exactly. Napping.
I kick out business cards.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I like people just don't get it. Like, seriously. You know how Meredith and I survived MegaCon? She tied a balloon to my waist because I disappear underneath the crowd.
Oh, no.
Would follow me, or I'd hold on to the belt loop because the anxiety was fucking real. And the one time I got separated, I'm like, okay, that's it, my life's over. And I went and accepted my fate and sat in the hallway next to the smelliest motherfucker, but in the best fucking Venom suit I have ever fucking seen.
Well,
taking it off, the symbiote fucking legs and shit, he poured the sweat out.
Ew.
I don't know,
so like that latex.
And imagined him drinking out of it, and then it was like, for 2 days I was sick. Every time I smelled body odor, it was like, no.
Wow. Yeah, those costumes are not forgiving. You know? But so you were walking around like The Sims, right? I
had a balloon. It was a Mylar balloon of a cat on day 2 and 3, I believe. And then I had a press pass, which was even more weird because I'm like, people are like coming to me wanting an interview, and I'm like, get away from me.
Right. Yeah. It's like not that type of
badge
press.
and shit. It says press
Right.
all over it. No, I just want to take pictures of you from a distance and write a blog
Right.
about you later. I don't want to
Right.
talk
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah. So it's like it's so
I'm
that's a
terrible
whole
person.
other issue.
Yeah, that's a whole
other
other thing.
issue.
I'm in therapy.
Right. Sounds like everybody's in therapy. I feel left out. I'm not in therapy.
We hang out a little more. I'm furious.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so that's like the thing that I've been kind of like thinking about, like, you know, like who are the fans and what happens if I try to see what I'm doing from their point of view and not as like, oh, I'm marketing, but yeah, but like I said, I'm seeing way too many people like, it's like, oh, like do their marketing in a way that's actually repulsive. And
you just
it's like,
have to relax. If you relax
Yeah.
and it's genuine, talk briefly about your story and stuff. Make sure you're showing your fucking art.
right,
The whole, oh, this is your last chance, and the whole
Right.
FOMO thing does not go over well in posting. Let's just calm the fuck down. Just
right.
just calm.
Yeah,
the fuck down.
because the thing is, FOMO also only works when it's something that I want.
Exactly.
If you're sitting there convincing me, the FOMO is not going to work because there is no FOMO. If you're convincing me, that's trying to convince me, you've already lost me. You know, after that point, it just becomes you're trying to pressure me to make the sale, which again goes back to the whole idea at the beginning of the show of I'm just in the way of the money in my pocket.
Right.
Right. And it's like, and that's what I think is like how a lot of people kind of like looking at their marketing is like, how do I get around this schmuck with the money in their pocket and just get the money in their pocket? You know, and it's like, oh, and then you wonder why you're having a hard time building an audience, right? You know, It's like, you know, me, I'm more like, you know, it's like me, I'm thinking, it's like, okay, how do I endear you to my work that you're obviously interested already in, but, you know, you want to know more about. So how do I do that without like pressuring you? You can read it on Webtoon.
There you go.
You can read it on Webtoon. Read it on Webtoon with new episodes dropping today. Actually, the new episode dropped at noon. So yeah, so if you wanted to learn more about Eagle Raven, if you're not seeing me at a convention to look through my books, you can go to Webtoon. You know, so it's like you can't get any easier than that, right? And like I said, I really do believe that more people know about Webtoon than they know about Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, when it comes to comics. So, you know, so yeah, that's kind of like, so that's been kind of like my thought process with these videos that I'm making and here's the weirdest thing too. A thing that I'm really, really trying to do that I'm testing is, like I said, I don't want to make these posts about me. I wanted people to focus on the art and the story.
Right.
So everything that I've been putting out doesn't mention me at all in it. The only time you see my name
Let me tell you a secret. Like, and
Huh?
this is not to be rude. This is
No.
not to be rude.
Yeah.
So don't take it that way.
Nobody gives a shit.
Who the fuck are you?
Right, exactly. But that's
Ask
exactly
yourself that,
how I'm
and
looking
if you
at
come
it.
back with a grandiose title for like whatever, then
Right.
fucking yeah, go for it. Plaster your shit all over it. Now,
Right.
do sometimes tag yourself even.
Right.
Sometimes, but not
Right.
every fucking post. Like I don't tag
Right.
people every post because those get exhausting,
Right.
and also like you'll get flagged on social media if you tag too much or utilize
Right.
too many hashtags.
Right.
And they won't say anything, but
Right.
you'll notice everything trending downward.
Right. You know, so that's like the thing. And I mean, because it's really, really strange how, like, how in order to promote promote a comic called Ego Raven, I really have to pull my ego out of it. You know, but yeah, but I'm that's the thing that, like, it really made sense to me, that it's like, yeah, who the fuck am I? Right? So I'm not a selling point. Me, myself, my artwork's a selling point.
Right.
You know, my story's the selling point. Right? But me, myself, am not a selling point. Let me tell you my trauma behind the story. But, you know, but they'll get to that. They'll get to that on their own. And then the idea is that the trauma in the story reflects their trauma. So in the end, they don't want to hear about my trauma. They want to hear about my character's trauma. Which is also the trick, right? It's like, no, like they want to hear about the character and what the character's going through. They don't give a shit about what I'm going through or what the inspiration of the story is. Nobody gives a shit. But what is the character going through? And you know, and it's like, and you know, and it's like, yeah, and it's like everybody, you know, does that, you know, is that something that they can relate to? You know, and in the end, it's like, you know, even if they don't relate to it, is it still a story that still intrigues them because of what the characters, does what the characters going through interest them enough to continue the story? You know? So yeah, so that's the thing that I've been doing. It's like I've been technically removing myself from this thing and from the marketing. And it's like, okay, you know what? If I have that much faith in my story, in my artwork, then that should be what sells the book. You know, I mean, am I on the right track? I don't know. I've tried. I mean, I've tried a lot of other things. This is just going to be another thing that I tried. So I don't know. We can, you know, yeah, we can follow up like a month from now when I get the first month's worth of content out, and then see what happens. Because in the end, you know, that's the thing. Science. So how much further did you get on your little?
I'm like done with the like main. Like I just needed it to be 36 inches, and then I'm gonna go and put in little filler.
Right.
Stuff. So I got like little tiny dream catchers and charms and sun catcher stuff. I'm just
right. So you see also the importance is, you know, everybody also, you know, get a hobby. Get a hobby, because look at how much she was able to accomplish. You know, just being on a show and just working with your hands and being medicated.
And get some sleep and get on a schedule. It's hard as fuck. Oh my God. I battle insomnia like fucking. It's an ongoing battle, but I'm getting to where I'm actually starting to sleep a little bit at a normal hour and napping as much during the day, which has really, really helped. And also go to the fucking gym or go for a walk, people. Move, because like as bad as I was fucking feeling, I thought I was on my way out, and like I started fucking really moving and pushing myself some. You what, man, I feel a whole lot better, and I'm waking up in a whole lot less pain.
So, it's like the audacity, right?
Right.
The audacity, working out and having hobbies, and you know,
and drink you a high-powered energy drink with some creatine. This is not cocaine. And drink that before, and then after, smoke you a protein salad. I mean, yeah, eat you a salad.
It's a protein bowl.
That's it.
Oh my goodness.
We have blue, green.
But it is nice to see you feeling better, Nita.
I am. I really, really am.
That's good.
I finally feel like I'm having some clarity.
Oh, that's good.
You know?
That's good. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So any final thoughts on this, you know? So do you have like like an opinion on what I'm trying here? On
Well, I mean, I talked to you like
right,
I mean, I throughout like I pretty much
right,
you know yeah no
right.
no salad. What is she talking about?
Oh, no salads for now. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm only smoking salads right now. I real quick started eating a lot of like morning
barbecue salad.
No. Lots of impossible bullshit processed crap has been going in me. A lot of it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm scared of lettuce.
Right.
Terrified,
Yeah.
just absolutely
there you go.
terrified.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than the fear of explosive diarrhea.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I think that's a good place to end the show, right? So
we're gonna end this with shit.
Right, as we always do. But yeah, so thank you everybody for joining us on this Tuesday, which we are going to keep as our regular schedule for a while. Because I think that the Tuesdays work better than Mondays, obviously. So
absolutely. I feel
weak. Yeah.
When I get from the gym, I'm pushing myself so hard now because I actually want to bulk, not just lose weight.
Right.
Like, I'm ready to look like a fucking pit bull, bitches. Like, anyway, like, fuck. I had a train of thought, Daphne, till you flexed and it turned me on.
Oh no! That table's gonna get crowded. One of our boxes.
I got some.
Where are all these people coming from? It's like Jesus Christ. Baby. Oh my goodness. Yes, I want to thank everybody who joined us in the chat today. So thank you so much for keeping us company. Thank you so much to everybody, all the beautiful eyeball people watching us from regions beyond and listening to us in the background where we belong.
Ugh. Nobody.
I hope you guys
corner.
You're right. I hope you got a lot more work done. Well, you saw Nita. Nita got a lot of work done during the show. So
I did.
Everybody's getting work done.
I got a full 36 inches done.
Oh my goodness.
It's hot right now.
So everybody get work done. And if you are joining us on a replay, thank you so much for watching. You could be watching anything else. You have all these choices on YouTube and you decided to listen to us. And I hope that if anything, at least we were able to entertain you a bit while you were doing whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah. So if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and my Kickstarters and my webtoon, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can check out Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn. Like I said, it is updating now on webtoon. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales, TAILS online.com, and read the archive of over 1,000 pages there. And while you're on the pages, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter, where you can keep up to date with all of my new art, my sketchbooks, comics, Kickstarters, webtoon, everything, and get a free PDF comics bundle while you're at it. Just for joining, you get a free copy of Eagle Raven, of Tall Tales, and the Oswald Chronicles just for signing up. So thank you so much again for joining us on this Tuesday. We'll see you next Tuesday. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time.
I told him I can be